Shanti, is everyone happy? If you die, only two things will happen. Either you will be reborn, or you will wander. A ghost. After some time, you will be reborn. Now, the really important question is what you will do if you wander as a ghost. Even if you don't believe in God or ghosts, your life essence, the soul leaves the body, doesn't it? That soul must go somewhere. And the biggest shock you face upon dying is the lack of any preparation for this. If someone dies in our home, the unexpected nature of the event causes us great shock. But when you are the one dying, the shock will be many crores of times greater. The reason is that you are instantly separated from everything you considered yours, whether you want it or not. Suppose you wander as a ghost now. For instance, if you have a child here, you cannot do anything because you don't have a body. Not every ghost enters another body. So many ghosts wander without a physical body. Suppose you are in this state. Imagine you intensely hated someone your entire life. Now you are wandering as a ghost, and that person is doing well. You cannot harm them physically, so what will you do? The thought will constantly remain, may he be ruined, may it be ruined. This is because while in the body you did the same thing. Even after leaving the body, the mind and intellect reside in the soul. The practice of placing a bright light there, because the soul shines like a star in the center of the forehead. The soul, which is referred to as Atma, is what sees through the eyes, speaks through the mouth, and performs all actions through the body. The body is not the doer. Once the soul leaves, the body is mere inert matter. Jadam, it cannot act independently, so the mind and intellect are in the soul. The soul was the one thinking, and even after leaving the body, it will think in the same way. It will think exactly as it did while in the body. It will like the people it liked while in the body, dislike those it disliked. Suppose you dislike someone for some reason while you are in the body, what will you do? You will find out about them through others, how they did this or that, and you will feel happy hearing it, but now you don't have a body, do you? However, there is a big advantage here. You don't have to call others to ask. You can simply think of them for a second and instantly be there. Then you can stand right in front of them, watch everything they do. You can hold thoughts like may he be ruined, may he not be well. These things actually happen but not immediately. That's all. Suppose you wander as a ghost like this for several months or years. At one point, you will witness that negative event happening to him. You will be surprised and happy, thinking, wow, he is being ruined just as I wished. But when you are in a body, you have a fixed lifespan, don't you? Similarly, there is a lifespan for wandering as a bodiless ghost. You cannot just wander forever. One day you must take a birth. Then you will be reborn into the very family of the person whom you cursed, wished to be ruined while wandering as a ghost for 2 years. How will that feel? Imagine what a huge shock that will be for you. After birth, you will forget, but until you are in the mother's womb, you will remember. The very realization that you are born in the womb of the person you wish to be ruined will cause you immense pain. You will suffer greatly. There is no greater punishment than that, is there? However, suppose someone had already told you that you would be born in his womb, the person you wished to be ruined then. No matter what sin he had committed, what would you have wished? You would have wished that he should be well, that he should be well. Only if he is well, can you be well when you are born there? Turn the other cheek if someone strikes one, as Jesus said. Jesus advised being at peace with your enemies. Jesus said not to resist injustice. All this was explained, but they failed to explain the word why. This is because in the next birth, you will experience it yourself. For instance, suppose a property dispute arises between you and another person. Struggling in court will first reduce your lifespan. You will constantly be thinking about it, whether eating, sleeping, bathing, or at any time property disputes are not resolved quickly in court. They drag on for 10, 15, or even 20 years, so it is doubtful whether a verdict will even come during your lifetime. Even if a verdict comes, your lifespan will have drastically reduced. Because your lifespan is reduced, you will die sooner, won't you? You will be reborn to the very person you wished should never get the property. How would this feel? Oh dear, if only I had known I was going to be born here, I would never have acted this way. After you are born there, the people for whom you secured the property will become your enemies. See how God's divine play works. Everyone is acting, and the drama we perform, believing I am this body after entering it, is where we commit many sins. The punishment for this is that you are removed from that body, sent into the body of the one against whom you acted. So now, when nations fight wars, a leader orders the destruction of another country. The leader is mainly the one giving those orders. He ends up being born in that very country. How will he feel? This will definitely happen. Previously it was said, curse your enemies. I say, give blessings to your enemies. I don't know if Jesus said that, but that's how it should be. It says to pray for your enemy, doesn't it? Here, giving blessings is the most important thing. What blessing? Suppose his character is bad. Right now, he is acting out because he has position, money, and youth. But he will surely face punishment for this one day, won't he? So, if you want his punishment to be less and not increase further, it is enough if you just hold the thought that his mind should change. You don't need to pray, because you were the one who gave a curse, so only you can grant liberation from it. God is revealing this rule to you through the Brahma Kumaris Rayoga Meditation Center. The Supreme Father himself is coming and giving this knowledge. When does he say this? He says this 100 years before the destruction of Kali Yuga, by entering the body of an elderly person. What does he say? That this earth was heaven for the first 2,500 years. For the next 2,500 years, this same earth becomes hell. Religions were born only in hell. Now he comes 100 years before Kali Yuga is destroyed. 90 years have passed since he came. So this land of Bharat is about to turn into Satyuga, heaven again. There will be no bad people there. The very people who are bad today will be good people there. How does this happen? It happens through one or two things. One is those whose minds change by listening to the knowledge given by God. But they are only a few in Accra. The other is through the punishment. When these things come, their minds seem to change slightly, but they don't immediately change. That is the initial story in the Bible and the Quran. The king seems to change his mind, but then his mind hardens again. It seems to change, but it hardens again. If we fall sick, we call out to God, but as soon as we recover, we might even speak atheistically about God. So, the time when everyone in the world will face a situation where they have no means for food will eventually come. Everything that is happening today in places where war is ongoing is soon going to happen everywhere in the world. At that point, all their ego will be shattered into pieces. At the same time, the wish you hold for their mind to change will work there. This is how they also transform into good people. They are bound to change. But if you become the reason for their change through your positive thoughts and blessings, that merit will be accrued to you. That will bring you a high position in heaven, making you a great millionaire in a good family. Everyone in heaven is in a good family, actually. This will secure you the highest position for many lifetimes. So now, God is telling this secret. Kali Yuga will be destroyed, and this earth is going to become heaven. You must achieve the highest position in that heaven. This is because you were already in a high position, but taking birth after birth, you forgot yourself and lost everything. The Supreme Father Shiva himself comes to remind you of this. He is the one referred to as Allah and Parampita, Supreme Father. God is one. but his glory was wrongly attributed to Krishna, saying he told the Gita. Krishna says, "You and I have always existed, Arjuna, but you don't know your past lives. I know them, and I tell you, but Krishna also doesn't know, because he is also an embodied being, Rektehatari. He is born to a human mother and father. He is in a human body. So when the one who was Krishna is in his last birth, having forgotten everything, Shiva comes into his body, names him Brahma, and tells him, "You were Krishna, now try to become that again." He instructs him to feel like a soul and remember the Supreme Soul, Shiva. The glory of Shiva's knowledge has been transferred to Krishna in the path of devotion. They wrote that Krishna told Arjuna what Shiva taught. The same mistake occurred in all religions. So now, the knowledge given by God is that you are not the destructible body, you are the soul. It is through the feeling of I am the body that ego arose, trapping you in the sins of lust, anger, attachment, greed, and ego. That sin resides in the soul. To destroy all that, you must abandon these sins. For that, you must give up the feeling of I am the body which caused it. To do that, know yourself as the soul and remember the Father of the soul, Shiva Paramatma, as much as possible. Consider yourself as the soul, not the soul residing in the body, but merely the soul. Imagine you have already died, because only then is there just the soul, isn't it? God calls this the Marjiva life, meaning living while dead. So living while dead means you cannot use the body, only create thoughts. We gave the example, didn't we? When wandering as a ghost, you wished someone would be ruined, and you experienced the result yourself. Now wish well for everyone, including your enemies. Who are your enemies? Anyone coming into contact with you must have been close and loving in past lives, taking birth after birth and mistaking the mask role for reality. They have become slaves to wrong conduct. They must also change. They must change because the entire cycle, Kalpa, is ending, and the next cycle is about to begin. Here is a surprising fact. What happened in this cycle will repeat exactly the same way in the next cycle. So those who are your biggest enemies today might have been your closest ones in heaven if they make it there. Even if they end up as your servants, the positive thoughts and blessings you send are what bring them to heaven. This secret is hidden in the Ramayana. Who caused Rama the most suffering? Ravana, wasn't it? But eventually, who is Ravana in heaven? Rama's servant. That is, Rama becomes Vishnu, and Ravana becomes the doorkeeper of Vishnu. How does this happen? The good intentions and blessings you hold bring him there. This is because you need servants in heaven, don't you? You need subjects. How can you rule as a king and queen without subjects? So, the number of people you bring to heaven by giving blessings is the number of people you will rule over. That is why in the Ramayana, Rama plunges into the Sarasayu river. As soon as he submerges, he becomes ready to go to heaven. But he says, "What is the point of me going alone? All my subjects must come." What does that mean? Submerging and becoming ready means he died. They show him dying to indicate that he is in the soul-conscious state. Being in the soul-conscious state and holding only the thought that everyone should be well definitely works. Over the next 5,000 years, you fill everyone in the world with everything they need, purely through a positive thought that they should be well. Their intellect should function well enough to forget body consciousness, stabilize in soul consciousness, and realize that Shiva Bhagwan has come to this earth. That positive feeling is definitely going to work. Everyone is bound to remember God. They cannot go up without remembering God. When the world is destroyed, how long will they wander as ghosts? They have to move on, don't they? So your positive thoughts will work. If possible, even verbally share this knowledge. However, you cannot give it to everyone, especially not in war zones. Even YouTube won't go there. How do you give them knowledge? So your positive thought will slowly change them. Even if they wander as ghosts when they come to the land of Bharat and hear this knowledge being spoken, they will gain the power to understand it. The reason for this is the positive thought you held. So, while remaining in the body, learn to do all actions now through thought alone, as if you were bodiless. This is because when the world is destroyed, the soul will truly leave the body and go upward, but not immediately to Paramdam. Paramdam is the place where God resides, where souls will eventually go, but only after the destruction of the entire world. Until then, the soul does not go there. What happens then? There will be a subtle region, Tsukshma, Lok, where we exist with a subtle body. We cannot speak there, only thoughts will work. From there, you will hold the thought that everyone below should come up, detached from body consciousness and attachments. This is how God grants liberation, mukti, to everyone in the world through us, the positive thoughts you hold. From the subtle world, Sukshma Vatan, Ari, Christian and Muslim religions refer to as malak, angels. So by practicing this now, you won't panic when the soul separates from the body. You will continue the practice you are doing while in the body. As you continue this practice, you will experience bliss. For this, you must withdraw your intellect from external attractions, the happiness gained from watching TV, the joy from talking to people, the pleasure derived from lust. As you sacrifice all this and remember God, your intellect will detach. After some time, bliss will come from within. You will be content with yourself, so you won't seek happiness outside and get trapped. If you seek happiness outside, after death, you will wander here as a ghost and won't be able to go up. To go up, your intellect should not be focused on anything here. My father, Shiva, resides in the coppery red light world. I belong to that place. I have come to take my brother's souls, and I am giving power to every soul, not the body. Look at everyone as a soul. They are playing roles because they are deluded by the body. If they become clear as souls, their roles will change. Our work is to hold the positive thought that they should change. Om Shanti. Thanks for watching. The knowledge given by God is available completely free of charge at all Brahma Kumaris, Raj Yoga meditation centers. The links are provided in the video description. Please watch and benefit.